I'm Barbara, and the way I came to faith was here at St Mary's in Liskeard. I was walking up the lane opposite in about 1969 with a very small daughter. I was a born and bred young communist. Churches were not only not recognised in our house, they were actively discouraged from knowing anything about. So I'm walking up the lane, small daughter was allowed to get out of the pushchair and wander on her own, just in that little area. Suddenly, before I could stop her, she ran through the church gates into the church grounds. I thought, well, that's not a problem. The church door was open. The next thing I knew, she'd gone in, and then it was a problem because I had to go inside a church. Absolute shock, in I go, and she's running about in the church and saying, what's this and what's that, and I had not got a clue. But 1969, you know, young hippie mother believed in telling children everything and not putting your opinions upon them. So I tried to answer her questions, but to be honest, I had no idea what I was looking at or what things were about or anything. So I sat down near the back of the church and let her have a little wander. It was a pretty rotten time in my life. My marriage was ending. I had just miscarried a much wanted second child. Went on to have one later. But I was feeling very, very down, and I sat down at the back of the church, and suddenly I just felt so sad and so down. And I watched her bimbling about at the front, and then suddenly I felt like somebody had come and sat next to me. And there was nobody there, it's an empty church, but it felt like somebody had sat next to me and put their arm around me. And I didn't hear a voice, I just felt in my head that somebody was saying, don't worry, everything's going to be all right. And it was. I was totally not freaked out at all. I felt lovely. It felt really calm and nice, and I felt good. So I collected the child and we came out and went and did the shopping, and I didn't tell anybody about it. And about a year passed, and it was always in my mind thinking about it, but I never talked about it. It just felt a bit weird, and nobody in my family would have understood anyway. However, I had the second child, and by pure chance a church magazine popped through the front door from St Mary's Church, and it had a competition in, and I had nothing better to do that day, so I answered the competition. I filled it all in and posted it back, and the next thing, there's a vicar on the doorstep saying I'd won a prize. And he said, you know, I'd won a book token or something, first prize in this competition. And by the way, would I like to get the new baby baptised? Oh, right. Well, I wasn't sure about that. She was actually nearly 1 by the time I got her baptised. But I did start going to church. It was strange. And I'd come in for the last 10 minutes and sort of sit at the back. I hadn't got a clue whether to stand up, sit down, look at things, sing a hymn, you know, I didn't know what we were doing. But very gradually it worked its way into me, and not that very long later I was confirmed. I'd already been baptised secretly by my mother as a child. My father wasn't told, so I was able to go and get confirmed, and I've been a member of St Mary's Church ever since. And it's wonderful. It's just sustains my life. It's helped me bring up 2 children as a single parent. The people here backed me all the way. I went to university, I became a teacher. The support I got from God and from the people here, absolutely fantastic. So thank you, St Mary's Church, and thank you for listening to this.